Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Patrick here, Patrick the Rebel Rivera, with an exciting announcement. On September 1st, I will be fighting on Dana White's Contender Series for my chance to win a UFC contract. It's been a long time coming, a lot of ups and downs. I've been doing martial arts now for, over half of my life. I've had a lot of setbacks, a lot of difficult times, years without getting fights, obviously COVID and everything happening as well. But yeah, I'm just super grateful and happy. Yahuah has really blessed me with this ability just to do what I love and just to show that, age is just a number, and that when he says that you still have fight in you, that you still have things that he wants you to do, that anything is possible. So don't give up on yourself. I'm looking to go into this fight not just for myself, but for anybody that's had a goal that they've wanted to achieve since they were young, and there's been setback after setback after setback, no after no after no, told to them that they can look at me as a beacon of hope and be like, let's not give up. It's not over until I win. And that's the mindset that I'm going with. And I'm very happy with that because I want to be a beacon of hope for, younger and older people. So I'm very, very excited for this opportunity. It's something that I've, prayed for a long time. But Yahuah really just knew when I needed it. He knew when I could handle it. And so I'm very excited for this opportunity. And I can't wait to, share this with you guys, and I can't wait for those who are going to be new to my journey to follow, and those who have been following me for a long time. I'm just very blessed to have you in my corner, and, I just want you all to know that I'm going to be working even harder than I've ever worked to bring the best version of myself into that cage. So I'm very excited about that. And I'm really looking forward to September 1st and putting on a show for everybody. So thank you all for the support. This is just the beginning, and I cannot wait to share this with you guys.
I am Matthew Semelsberger, aka Semi the Jedi, professional fighter and fellow Crazy 88 member. So my role in Patrick's fighting career, actually pretty recent. Within the last couple of years, he came back over to Crazy 88. Initially to start cross-training with me and Josh and some of the other guys that are at his weight class, welterweight, lightweight, around that area. But I've known about Pat, and I've known of Pat for a very long time, just in the DMV. I knew about him as a fighter. I watched some of his fights, earlier professional fights, even before we even started working together. So I knew about him, and then within the last couple of years, he came back to Crazy 88 and we started training together. We clicked very early. From pretty much the first day that he came in, we just pushed each other very well. Our styles kind of complemented each other, and we got a good rub, I think, on each other. Because Pat's a very technical fighter, very, very technical. One of the most technical fighters I've ever worked with. Very tactical, very smart. I'm a lot more of an instinctive fighter. I'll take risks. I'll open myself up a lot more. Usually getting myself caught for it and stuff like that, but. I think we mesh well together as teammates because he can kind of reel me back and keep me a little bit more realistic and smart and more tactical, where I can kind of give him the rub in the sense of I'm going to get him to take more risks and kind of be a little bit more creative with their striking and stuff like that. So as far as that goes, that's kind of how we have worked with each other, and obviously he's a friend of mine, he's like a brother to me. But that's how we started, and yeah, we're just really good teammates. We complement each other really well. Having one of my teammates fight for opportunity like the UFC, on the Contender Series for a UFC contract, is literally one of my primary goals as a martial artist. Obviously, personally, I wanted to make it to the UFC, and I was able to do that. But as soon as I got into the UFC, my mindset was I want to do well for myself, but I also want to do well so that I can pave the way for other people from my area, particularly my school, to get chances in the UFC and get opportunities. So directly and indirectly, you know what I mean? Directly in the gym when I'm with them and I'm coming in, and when they have fight camps and stuff like that, even out of fight camps, and we're just staying sharp with each other directly like that. And then more indirectly, when there's guys who are getting considered for contender series and stuff like that, they might look at Crazy 88 guys and be like, oh, okay, that's where Semelsberger came from. We know that he's a good fighter, and he put on exciting fights for us. So there's a good chance that those types of guys exist there at Crazy 88. So indirectly, I feel like I'm influencing help people get chances in the UFC or contender series and stuff like that in that way. So it's really cool. It's a blessing to me to be able to help in any way I can, but just both, like I said, like directly and indirectly in any way I can. It's pretty like relatively earlier in camp right now, so even right now where he's at, he feels very strong, he's very fast, he's crisp with everything. So I can only imagine he's only going to get tighter and more ready as time goes on. So I'll be definitely trying to push him a little bit more and more every week. So I think he's fighting at welterweight. He's fighting a guy who is tall and longer, but I don't think he has the same like size and strength necessarily as I do. So that's one thing I really want to help Pat with over the next couple of weeks. He's feeling good already, so if I'm really able to push him hard and really get him kind of on the next level of like, oh, you were dealing with people who are way stronger than this guy you're about to go fight, you're going to walk in and it's going to feel a lot easier on you. I'm going to say end of the second round TKO, and Pat's going to beat him. I think this guy is going to come out and be surprised with how patient and how calculated Pat is. I don't think he's going to get the same type of fight that he's gotten from a lot of people that he's faced before, who are they'll kind of like get spooked into doing something and getting himself caught or in trouble. I think Pat is going to be patient, and he's going to be able to take those first 5 minutes and kind of like wear the guy down a little bit, bring him down to like Pat's level and get him to fight at Pat's pace. And then in the second round, I think I can see Pat setting up some sort of either a right hand or a left hook. So right straight or a left hook, I think he's going to crack and hurt him. And then I think Pat's going to swarm him to finish him. He's been in martial arts longer than I have, you know what I mean? Like, he's been in the game for a long, long time. And a good advice I got from a mentor of mine long ago, he said, this fight game, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So that dude is an ultra marathon runner. He's been in this game for a very long time. He's been patient, you know what I mean? He's in it for the love of the game, which is, you need that. You need the passion of it. So I think that consistency and dedication over the long haul separates him from a lot of people that I know, just to stay on it. You know, a lot of people fizzle out and stuff like that for this reason or that reason. He stayed locked in, and he stayed very humble as well. So, and I'll say that aspect of it kind of married with his faith in God and faith in Jesus. So that also really has impressed me, how open he is with his faith. And it's, like I said, the rub, right? So that's rubbed off on me even as well. So he's a very positive individual. He's not like a lot of people that I've ever really met. So yeah, I say those two things particularly.